Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with our Mexican GP challenge. Of course, as always, doing a last question mark, and really, we all knew there was no one else I could do this as this weekend. Of course, as you've read by the title, it's Checo Perez. The one chance he has got, by the looks of it, at winning his home Grand Prix. Of course, who knows what's going to happen with next year's regs, obviously where Mercedes and Red Bull could end up there. But yeah, Sergio Perez, Red Bull have been so strong around this track in recent years. Surely Checo is thinking maybe, just maybe, a home race dub is going to be possible this weekend. But for this last question mark challenge, we're going to be aiming to try and pick up a podium in this one. And of course, obviously, this is post-commentary. Yeah, you definitely want to stick around in towards the final laps of this race. It certainly takes an interesting twist. And yeah, one of the best races, I think I'd argue, that I've done so far on F1 2021 as well there. But of course, we've been very, very busy over the last couple of days with some Forza Horizon 5 content. Of course, if you missed out on that, make sure you go out and check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that down in the description below, of course. That's in Mexico as well, so there's a lot of Mexico content on the Mat 2 and 2 universe as well there. But yeah, a massive thank you for all the continued support. At the moment, we're closing in on 23,000 subscribers as well there. But let's have a look then at our grid ready for the Mexican Grand Prix here today. So Lewis Hamilton is on pole ahead of Max Verstappen. They're 32 thousandths of a second separated them at the end of qualifying yesterday. Row 2 is Valtteri Bottas and Lando Norris there. Then we've got Leclerc and Daniel Ricciardo on row 3. Carlos Sainz, Pierre Gasly, 7th and 8th place there ahead of the Alpines, rounding out your top 10. Yuki Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel 11th and 12th there. Lance Stroll and Kimi Raikkonen 13th and 14th. Giovinazzi and Russell make up row 8. And then we've got Mick Schumacher, Nicolas Latifi, Nikita Mazepin, and of course ourselves, Sergio Perez, at the rear of the field here. Yeah, let me know down in the comments below where you think we'll finish this one today. But yeah, like I said, this one is worth a watch. Right, well, here we are then on the grid, ready for the Mexican Grand Prix, starting from the very back. And like we said in the intro, maybe, just maybe, a podium is still possible here today. I think, like, I've made a couple of posts about this. I've posted it a couple of places this week. Whether you want Max or Lewis to win this weekend, I think we all want a Checo podium. So fingers crossed we can replicate that here today. In terms of, I'm just going to make a quick setup change from practice and qualifying. But yeah, starting from the back low, let me know down in the comments below where you think we'll finish this one today. But of course, a huge run down towards turn 1. Starting from 20th, it's 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go there. Clearly the marshals have got better things to be doing than keeping the start light procedure there, because they were adamant that we were getting this race going as we head down the long run in towards turn 1 there. Everyone just trying to find some room there. Mazepin, sorry, trying to box me in behind Nicolas Latifi, as we'll be nice and aggressive. Or we'll get turned in on by Mick Schumacher. I think we got away with no damage from that one somehow. But yeah, up into P15 straight off the bat then, so it has been a good little start to this Grand Prix there. We've got Vettel and Giovinazzi going side by side as we head down in towards the next chicane there, and we will send it up the inside of the pair of them as well. Not going for the normal alternate strategy that I opt with a lot on F1 2021, and Stroll just sits on the apex there, or the racing line, sorry I should say. Around the outside of Seb we go again. But yeah, like I was saying though, not opting for the alternate strategy this weekend. We're just going to keep it nice and simple, go soft to mediums here, so we do need to try and make a lot more progress in the early stages of the Grand Prix there. Seems like a lot of the AI though have gone the other way. Is Lance Stroll really struggling to get some temperature into his tyres as well there? As we're gonna try and have a look up the inside. He tried to turn in on me then, I could tell he was just about to. Max Verstappen though does lead the way at the end of lap 1, so he has got the jump on Lewis Hamilton, so our teammate in the lead of the Grand Prix here as we come up towards the back of young Yuki Tsunoda there. It's both Merc's 2nd and 3rd, both McLaren's 4th and 5th there, and it looks like Gasly's had a good start as well in the Alpha Tauri. I mean, we were quite clearly alongside Yuki Tsunoda there. I didn't think that was that much of like a at the apex dive on the young Japanese driver, but we are now up to 11th.
Nice overtake.
Team happy with it, therefore I am as well. Next up, both Alpines. But yeah, up to 11th in the early stages there. Not too shabby. Heading through the twisty bits on lap 3 here now, all over the back of Esteban Ocon. I forget just how good this Red Bull is through the corners there. It does absolutely throw everything else in the dust through the twisties there as we head in towards the final sector up the inside of Ocon. No, Ocon not having any of that. Tried to show the nose there. The stadium goes a bit wild. We do get a warning for a collision there with young Esteban, who of course has won as many races as Sergio Perez this year in Formula 1. But let's see now if we can get some DRS and get a run on him down in towards the first corner again.
Our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
Trying not to use too much of our battery early on in this Grand Prix there. Ocon goes a bit half-hearted defensive, then tries to go a bit more. We'll go around the outside though, and we will dispatch of the young Frenchman, his much more experienced rookie teammate Fernando Alonso, next up the road. Onto lap 5, not going to be too far away now before the AI considering pitting here. Really not sure.
Keep it up.
Really not sure whether it's worth trying to go a bit longer in this Grand Prix, or whether it's worth just pitting in around the same time the AI do there, because I'm just a bit worried that, of course, they might all get stuck in slower traffic there, and we can really try and move our way sort of past a lot of this upper midfield. This race is very much formed into two groups, though. We've got the guys that started on the softs, and then everyone else that started on the mediums or the hards there, around the outside of Alonso. No, just like his teammate Esteban Ocon, not wanting to jump out of the way for me. Right, let's see now if we can get a good run out of the final corner. Try and stick with Fernando Alonso. AI really don't like to try and use that inside curve in.
Teammate by 10.3 seconds.
Already 10 seconds behind Max Verstappen, who still leads the way here. But round the outside of Esteban Ocon, we've got very good top-end speed in the car this weekend, despite having all the extra grip through the middle sector. Round the outside, we'll give Alonso some room through turn 1. We'll tap the curbs through turn 2 and turn 3, though. Kick the back end out on the exit as well there. But yeah, now past Fernando Alonso. Charles Leclerc up next in his Ferrari. I think we'll see them a little bit further up the running this weekend. But again, trying to look for a move around the outside, but that time around just nowhere near enough front end. Now all over the back of Charles Leclerc's Ferrari. Now we'll go for a send through the stadium. And I'm sure everyone here will have loved to see that. Sergio Perez up into 8th place now of the Grand Prix. We've still got no one into the pits. Can we now have a look past Spaniard Carlos Sainz in this race?
You'll be on the mediums.
He's getting a nice draft though from Pierre Gasly just in front of him, but we're closing in on the pair of them. Actually rather nicely as we head in towards turn 1. Not going to be quite close enough, or are we? We accidentally find some room around the outside. And that was definitely the least expected move I've done so far of the day there. Charles Leclerc, ever the opportunist, is going to look past his teammate as well there, but somehow, right around the outside of Carlos. We've got yellow flags. Daniel Ricciardo looks to be dropping out of the Grand Prix there, and poor Daniel Ricciardo out here in Mexico City there. We should be able to get a good run on Gasly as well because of all of that. And yeah, Ricciardo out of the race, but it's really helped us out because Gasly has been left vulnerable as we head back down towards turn 1 there. And we might be able to get around the outside of the Frenchman. Can we slow it down? Yes, we can. Thank you very much, Pierre. We will see you at the checker flag, mate. 2 cars now separate us from the podium, but Bottas 7 seconds up the road. We're going to have to really keep our head down. There's Gasly actually coming back at me.
The car ahead is 2.4 seconds.
I'm sure someone in his ear told him, don't be stupid, because Red Bull, of course, still battling out for the constructors. Max Verstappen into the pits as well at the end of the lap. So now is the moment of truth time. Are we going to see these guys stay out ahead of the back markers? There's poor Daniel Ricciardo in his stricken McLaren there. But I reckon, yeah, the likes of Verstappen, they're probably going to be able to get out ahead of this huge train of cars there, right down towards the rear of the field. Yeah, he's going to be miles ahead of the likes of Esteban Ocon in this race. But yeah, we're up now into P2. Gap to Bottas still 7 seconds, but we just got to keep our head down and focus. And I think we're going to box then at the end of this lap Valtteri Bottas in just in front of us as well. So going to be interesting to see whether we come out ahead of that huge train, just about get the car slowed down rather aggressively into the pit lane there. We don't get to hold up Bottas whatsoever as well into pit road. Come on, go! Why aren't you going? We definitely weren't getting held up by Carlos Sainz there, but here comes all the back markers. Esteban Ocon peeling out of the final corner. He's going to dive into the pit lane here. And it's going to be the Aston Martin and Sebastian Vettel that is going to get in front of us. And this has been a nightmare in the Grand Prix there. Looks like Lando Norris has been caught out by all of this as well, though. We're not going to come out behind a lot of these cars, but we're going to come out in this group there as Gasly and Russell going side by side in towards turn 1. As Russell actually makes the move work. But yeah, now we've got to try and really work our way past Raikkonen and Sebastian here. Are we going to see Lando get a run on Kimi there? One of Formula 1's youngest versus Formula 1's oldest. No, he's actually not. Lando Norris not able to make a move, so we're going to try and capitalise around the outside of Lando. Oh, a big kick of oversteer there. Apologies See the McLaren man there, accidentally, rather than going around the outside, we kind of barged him out of the way, but desperate times call for desperate measures. And the team, again, happy with the move there, as we just run a little bit wide through the next couple of corners. Kimi Räikkönen is going so slowly at the moment. Don't want to damage our front wing, though, by going into the back of him. Kimi tries to give us a big old squeeze, but we should be able to go around the outside there. Clean past him down a very peculiar DRS straight there. Just running a bit deep into the corner, but we hold on. Seb, I'm sure, as well, is going to be into the pits at the end of this one. As well as, I think it was Charles Leclerc, yeah, who stayed out really deep into this Grand Prix. Is Bottas on mediums or is he on hards? He's on mediums in 9 seconds now up the road. We got 7 laps to close up. I'm not optimistic.
Right, some information on Hamilton. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Have we been given a lifeline? Here in Mexico, Hamilton with issues late on in this Grand Prix. So could we start seeing him drop, sort of 2-3 seconds a lap to open up an opportunity here? Right, 5 laps to go then of this Mexican Grand Prix, and the gap to Hamilton has already come down by 3 seconds here.
Increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
This could be so close come the end of this race, but we cannot give up. We've got to keep pushing. 3 laps to go here in Mexico, and the gap down to 4.4.
Manage your tyres.
At the rate we're going, it is literally going to be a final lap chance to try and do anything against Lewis Hamilton here, but this race, I was not expecting it to turn this way at the halfway stage. 2 laps to go here from Mexico, and we took 2 seconds at Lewis Hamilton that lap. Whatever issues he's got, it doesn't seem to be sorting itself out here, and again, this could come down to the wire. We need DRS as we head through the stadium section if we want any chance of making a move. And heading through the stadium section then, about to start the last lap of this Mexican Grand Prix. We are pushing so hard just to try and stay close to Lewis Hamilton here. What is the gap going to be? It's not down under the 1 second mark yet as we head onto the last lap. Here in Mexico, he's definitely started to get a few of those issues sorted out there. Either that or our tyres are really starting to go off here. You can see we've got nothing left in the battery either. So where are we going to be able to try and find a move past Mercedes Lewis Hamilton here as we head through turn 1 and turn 2 there? You can see he's definitely struggling more through the twisty bits than down the straights, but of course the DRS zone for that back straightaway is in the stadium section as well though, so we're not going to get any DRS down here, but this is where the Red Bull starts to come alive a lot more than the Mercedes through these twisty bits. We've got to try and keep the back end in order and try to just stay close to Hamilton, see if we can force any sort of error on this final lap. 1 lap of fuel remaining, of course, as Max Verstappen looks to be coming through to win the Mexican Grand Prix here, but are we going to get any sort of opportunity? We should get some DRS through here as we really attack the curbs there. Hamilton kicks at the back end, he's trying to hold on here. Are we going to get a move to the outside in towards the stadium section here on Lewis Hamilton? He tries to squeeze us, but we have the move. Up the inside we go as the fireworks and the confetti starts to come out there. Max Verstappen wins the Mexican Grand Prix, but on the final lap, in the final sector, we overtake Hamilton and we do get that podium.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
The thin air here in Mexico City makes this event a brutal one for these Formula One cars. But this team have done a fantastic job to make it to the checkered flag and take a well-earned victory. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy and to stay out of trouble.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
Well, you can't fault anything that Sergio Perez did out on the track today. He drove flawlessly, making him an easy pick.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Is that the best last question mark challenge we've had so far in F1 2021? I think it's surely got to be right up there as well. But Max Verstappen comes through to win the Mexican Grand Prix there. Sergio Perez, though, gets that podium, a double Red Bull podium, as they take another 9 points out of Mercedes in the Constructors' battle as well there. But what a race it's been here in Mexico City. Thank you all so much for watching this video as well. If you have enjoyed, do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed. Let me know down in the comments below who you believe will win the Mexican GP this weekend. And yeah, we'll be back very, very soon with more Formula 1 content. None of these videos would be possible without the help of our channel supporters. So a massive thank you to the Travesty, Patrick, Chuan, David, Ben, Aidan, Estasios, Cato, Sean, Yoni, McBlam, Mighty Spork, Taziuf, and William for becoming channel members. If you want to join them and be featured in all of these videos, you can click the join button down below.